How do I look? Hello and welcome back to our
Addy
channel.
Georgia channel.
Today we wanted to share some amazing news with you guys. We are pregnant. We're very, very pregnant. I am now 15 weeks pregnant.
Yep.
And we just wanted to speak to you about the process, how we got pregnant, where we got pregnant, etc., etc. Because I think when we announced it officially on the third month, like, we had so much feedback and questions from gay couples. How you've done it, guys? You know, tell us more about it. What did you use? So we just thought we're gonna do this video and like help everyone else. So let's start with the fact that me and Georgia have been together 7 years, and as you can see through our videos, even though we haven't been very consistent lately, because as you can see, a lot happened, and we got a bit, you know, busy.
We got a bit carried away.
Yeah, so we still got another video to come for Bulgaria, but anyway, you'll see that before this anyway. So we've been together 7 years, we travelled a lot, and we felt like settled enough.
Yeah.
We got a house now, and we thought we're ready for that love giving.
Yeah.
And for a little thing to come and join us and create our little family, because we're just full of it, and we just want to give love to something that that we created. And we started doing the research, and we thought, you know, at least we'll try. And if I can't get pregnant or Georgia can't get pregnant, there's always an opportunity there to what's the word? To adopt.
Yeah, to adopt.
To adopt.
Yeah, that's it.
So we thought, you know, at the end of the day, we will get a child one way or another. Because in our family, we don't give up.
We don't give up, definitely not.
Nah. You get knocked out once, twice, 3 times. And Addy and Georgia are like, I'm going to keep trying until I get there. So we did the research, and we
even asked a few gay couples as well.
Yeah. And we thought, you know, everyone's talking about this procedure, IUI.
Rather than IVF.
So why is IUI recommended instead of IVF? Because there's a big difference between both, even though they sound really
similar.
Yeah. It would have been good to have the microphone here. Hopefully you could hear us. But IUI, it's recommended if you're healthy, you've got no issues with fertility, you could completely get pregnant, and there is no issues with your physicality, etc. All you need is a bit of sperm, really.
Yeah, just a donor.
But basically we thought, let's just call a few people, doctors, etc. And see how that works. So they explained that to us, and we said, okay, we want to do that. And we got in touch with few clinics, but we decided to proceed with the clinic in Liverpool, which is the Hewitt Clinic.
One reason because of that, because I was born in the women's as well, so we thought it'd be a nice gesture to just go along that process
and stay there.
Plus it's round the corner, whereas if we wanted to go with like a Manchester fertility clinic, it's a lot of travel, and there's like a lot of tests that you have to do at the beginning, so we just thought it's easier to
it's at the beginning, and then throughout getting pregnant. I think you're there like twice a month at least. And if you could avoid a lot of, it's just the stress that, especially if you're going for insemination, you don't want to be stressed. Oh my God, what if we get stuck on in traffic or anything? I'm going to miss my appointment. You're not going to miss it, because at the end of the day, this is private. The whole procedure is private.
Yeah, but you don't want to turn up like 2-3 hours
you don't want to be up
late.
the wall.
So it worked out perfectly to be
So we decided the Hewitt in the Liverpool Women's Hospital. We got in touch, and you have to pay for all these tests.
Yeah.
So they do blood tests, they do gynecological tests,
scans
on
both partners.
Both for some reason.
Even though like I'm not the one that's carrying. Addy's going to be carrying, well, is carrying. But obviously they just wanted to run checks on both partners. I think it's just more to back up yourself. So like, let's just say you go through the process and then they realise halfway through, hold on, Addy couldn't carry, say for instance, or we didn't want to do the IVF and we wanted to stay with IUI. So it's basically to be able to fall back on that other partner.
Yeah,
why.
and she can then start trying having
Yeah.
a baby if we decide anyway. And what are we up to then?
So
So the
far now,
tests. So
yeah.
these tests costed us about £850. It's really detailed, and it's really, I think they test for a virus if you've been through it, because the donor that you can pick has to match that. Because if he had it and I haven't had it, or Georgia haven't had
It's called the CMV.
it causes some
Yeah.
issues with babies, whether it's genetic.
No, they said it's basically like in a normal, like say for instance, us, a lot of people, the majority of people all over the world have had it. It's just called CMV, and it's basically where
A little
they
sniffle
say that
when
you
you're a
have the
baby.
sniffles, you just have like a wet nose. You don't have to get it when you're a baby, you can have it as an adult.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a cold in a way, but you wouldn't realise that you've got it unless you physically went to speak to someone. But most of the time you have a cold, you just leave it. So they run a lot of checks for that to make sure, because they said if Addy was negative and the donor was positive, they said that it wouldn't necessarily affect the baby, but it could make them like, you know, it could...
I can't
Did they say it was
remember.
like it could make them a little bit sick, or not necessarily the baby, more so Addy, say for instance, she could end up getting it.
Because I'm too
And
old now to
they
get it, I
basically
think.
just don't want anybody to get anything. They just want you to kind of be
Well,
healthy the whole way, so they go
regardless,
through it.
it was dangerous to have it, so they need to match that. Make
Yeah.
sure whether you had it or you didn't have it. Obviously, they would then select the donors based on that.
Yeah.
So the tests are very
They want to
detailed.
give you the best opportunity
Yeah.
to be able to get it, and they don't want nothing to stop you as you're going through it. So that includes like the blood group that you might have,
Yeah.
the CMV, any, like, let's just say, not like genetic disorders, but maybe like family history of, like, you know.
Oh
big
yeah, they
things and
wouldn't
stuff
pick.
like
They
that.
wouldn't provide you with donors
Yeah.
that had like really bad illness or
Yeah.
chronic
So they'll
illness,
try and step
etc.
away from that. A
The
lot of
sperm
it's
is
quite
like top
healthy.
notch
Yeah.
that gets sold to you. So after the tests, unfortunately, we found that I've got a polyp,
Yeah.
which, you know, probably most women, as the doctor explained to us, we were with Dr. Russell in the Hewitt, said most women have, and it's literally a little polyp.
Yeah.
But I want to literally remove everything that will
Yeah.
be on the way to that sperm. And we said, you know what, it's a doctor, let's do that. And we started the process.
They want to give you the best possible chance.
In 2020, we started the process, right?
It's now 2020.
2023 December, I'm pregnant now. And that's because of COVID, the delays, I had to wait
2 years.
1 year and a half, nearly 2 years,
Yeah.
for them to remove that polyp. So we started 2020, like I'd say November.
It's around about then.
And then only in January this year, I had my polyp removal. And then I was told to be 3 months waiting before we start any inseminations. Also,
They need your body basically to be able
Fully
to
recovered,
because otherwise you could go in, get inseminated, and then again you've probably just lost out on 10 ton of your money that you're kind of spending. Again, they don't want you to waste your money, but they just want to give you the best possible chance. With fingers crossed.
so after that, you
Yeah.
have to call the Hewitt then.
That's when the smiley face starts flashing.
Yeah, we actually have a picture of that, where you get the smiley face flashing,
Yeah.
and you call the Hewitt straight away,
And
and they
yeah.
inseminate the next day.
Yeah.
You get an appointment the next day, because you only got so much of a window
Yeah.
to inseminate. What is your best chance? We also received our sperm donor
Yeah.
offer, because they send you the details, and you say what criteria you want, what ice you want. It's a bit limited, and you could get sperm from other countries, but the Dr. Russell said to us, get the ones from England, because the sperm is downstairs. If you want to try every month, we could just go and grab it for tomorrow.
Plus, it works out a lot cheaper as well. So, say for instance, when we first started, that was coming out as 500 for each batch. I think by the time we actually started again, it went to about 6, but it's all set prices. Whereas if you go to
Canadian sperm
donor banks that are like all over the world and stuff like that, they're offering them from like 700 up to 1,000, which is ridiculous. Plus, Dr. Russell also said these sperm donors are also like set in England under English laws. So basically, they'll keep count of how many times the sperm's worked to stop, let's say, incest and everything. And they have like a set amount. I don't know whether it's 5 to 6. It's quite low. Whereas when you go to like donor banks abroad and stuff like that, covering all over the world, the rules can be slightly different. And a lot of them, as he said, like let's just say again, like what are they called, like Norway, Sweden, even America and stuff like that, he said a lot of them might not have
limits on how many kids.
And they can just keep going, which was obviously a little bit worrying for us. And plus, we didn't want to have to wait longer, even though it might have gave us an option to be able to see the donor profile and see pictures or anything, like some family history more in depth. But obviously with this way, it was just solely a piece of paper, and that's all you got, with like a brief description of what the donor had said or offered, like minorly about their family history or about themselves, but that was it.
Well, what we managed to pick is hair colour, eye colour,
blood,
height. No blood.
Oh no, not blood. Yeah,
that's it. That was it. And whether it's Caucasian.
Yeah.
Or
because you know all of them are obviously English and stuff like that. So obviously for us, we picked Caucasian, we picked brunette because we do have both brown hair. Obviously, Addy's got highlights right now. And then because obviously, as you know, Addy's got very, very big blue eyes, and I've got hazel eyes. So we kind of thought we'll meet in the middle. So we asked for blue eyes, or we even asked for
green or hazel.
Just kind of being, around that area. And then in terms of height, we also asked for at least, I think it was just
180.
Like 1.8
in centimeters, 180 centimeters.
So we were just like, that would work out all right. And then that was it. Then we got given
we got offered three
profiles.
3 profiles. The 3 of them were like just about above 180 centimeters, just about. The 3 of them with hazel eyes. 3 of them, there was no one with blue or green.
That's fine.
And one was like, I don't know, but I remember the one that we picked, which was the one that we picked.
Yeah, it was a great guy. What we liked the fact of it was
what he said.
It felt as though it was Addy and it was also me, and it took a lot of our family on. Like there was a lot of similarities within it, and even like the sense of the hazel eyes, but also like it had the same blood group as me, it had interests as what Addy liked, it also had like near enough the same degree of what she studied. So we were kind of like, this works out perfectly for us, let's just give it a go. And then we just went from there. Then we just waited, we picked it, they sent it back, and then they booked us in, didn't they, to get started?
So after I recovered of my little polyp operation, which wasn't scary at all, it did hurt a bit. That day I had to be off work, like you definitely can't work that day. Anyway, in August we went for our first insemination. Very excited, I think probably overly excited. So what it is, that's what I like about private. You never wait, you go in the Hewitt, we just turn up. 2 minutes later we get, Adelina, please come in now. Everything is just spot on. You get seen so fast.
The staff were all lovely, and that's not disregarding anything with like not even being private. Everyone's just lovely to us at the same time. That's what I give credit to overall within the Hewitt. No one was like, nasty or anything. They were all perfect. So we just obviously went
Let me mention, we paid for each cycle of insemination. IUI is £1,500. Okay, could be 1,548, something like that. But yes, so when we went in August, it's literally like you go in, are you ready? Yes, I'm ready. You go in this room, it's dark, very little light in there.
Oh, wait. Before that, we go into another room and we have to get changed. So Addy would have to put like
Oh,
a
yeah.
gown on, basically, as
Yeah.
if like you're going down to surgery or going to give birth.
We might show a
And
picture
then
of that.
they
actually.
also gave me one, should we say? And
Yeah,
it was like,
for the daddy.
as they say, the daddy or the maddie, as we like to say. And it was like just yellow, and you have to put like a hairnet on.
Yeah.
And then the nurse comes in and just takes us through, and then you have to put covers on your shoes and stuff, because obviously you're going into a
Sterilised.
lab area and it's all sterilized. So we go through there, and then no sooner or later, Addy's already on the bed with her legs up, and we've got 3 other people in the room, and they've like, someone comes in from the lab, brings
With the
the
sperm.
sperm in, and they basically have to run through all the security then. So they have to make sure that we've got the right sperm donor, we've got the right person lying down on the bed, and just all the security details that they have to go through of who you are,
So
your
you
name,
don't inseminate me with
everything.
the wrong one.
Yeah, they also ask like obviously my details, just all of that, and I'm not kidding, the sperm within the actual container is like this big.
Honestly.
It's tiny, but you know, it does the
It's
job.
filled with millions, probably.
Yeah.
It's something very important about IUI that I really, really like about this procedure overall. When you go through the Hewitt or even the Manchester Fertility Centre, you and your partner go through, it's not webinar, it's a meeting, I think, for you and your partner to be ready to be parents, I think. And you also sign a lot of forms where you two are the legal parents. So regardless of whether me and George are married or not, George will be the legal second parent of the child. So you consent to that.
Yeah.
So this is another plus that it's, to me personally, it's really good.
Yeah.
Because
You don't have to be married.
you don't
could
have
just
to be
in,
married,
obviously, a
but she'll
long-term
be a legal
relationship.
parent
Yeah.
as well as me, which is great.
Yeah.
To feel like better for the other parent as well. I think it's only fair.
Yeah.
Because regardless of who's giving birth, you know, at the end of it, you are also the parent. But it's not like in some countries in Europe. Well, okay, I'm the second one, but that's it.
Yeah.
Well, at the end of the day, it's on paper,
Yeah.
so that kind of makes you feel better.
It does. It does.
So after the sperm comes, I literally, you know, they open your vagina, and then a little syringe comes in, and it goes straight into your uterus.
It's basically kind of like as if you were getting a smear where they open it up, it's normal, and then they just inseminate,
And
squirt
that's
it in,
it.
and that's it.
You close
And
your
just
legs,
wait.
and they say, we've got 10 minutes, you two, to just, you know, wait
Yeah.
for a bit. You don't have to put your legs up or anything. And pretty much that was it. And then you do a test
You stay
in
nice
2
and
weeks. Yeah. Do a test in 2 weeks, and you see if you're pregnant. I definitely recommend the clear blue test, because everything else is just a bit dodgy. We didn't get pregnant. And I think it was because it was our first time. We didn't know what to expect. The second time, regardless, in September, we went again, but I kind of knew what to expect, so I felt a bit better.
Yeah.
We were well prepared. We made love the night before, so we're physically prepared as well. Still turned on, I'd say. So that really helped, I think. And I personally wasn't stressed, and this time I said, when they say give you 10 minutes to relax, I really relaxed. I really snuggled and just relaxed, and you know, prayed really, and
We just chilled out, took
Yeah.
it all in. We were both a lot more
relaxed. Definitely,
relaxed.
yeah.
We can even like, because obviously the first time you're filled with nerves, you want to make sure everything's all right. You're worried
'Cause
about
it costs you
anything.
money,
You're
yeah.
worried about money. You're worried about your body, everything like that. It's your first time. You're a bit like, what's happening? But the second time, we were just a little bit more. We just breathed, and even when we walked out of there, we felt like we'd just been to a spa or something. We were just
It was
very
nice.
But no, once we did it, we were just like, right, okay, done it the second time, and now all the people in there again, like the other nurses and the lab technicians and stuff that came in, they were all lovely again. They were like, good luck, and it's kind of strange because you think, oh, we're all gonna make a baby.
Yeah,
But it's
It is
amazing. It's
artificial, like.
absolutely amazing, and the best thing is, it's as natural as we could get.
Yeah.
It's not, as we say, it's not IVF where they're having to take Addy's egg out and get the sperm and do it all within a lab and then put it back in. It's not like that. It's literally as if you've just made love with your husband, a guy, whatever, and it's just been squirted in, as they say.
Yeah, you have
it's
to
basically
imagine
just
it.
like that, but
Yeah.
you're obviously just in a lab area, and you know, you're in an actual hospital and it's getting done like that. And it's just, for us, we found it quite amazing, I'm not gonna lie. And now, even knowing that she's pregnant, we're just like, what on earth?
I can't believe it, yeah.
So with them 2 weeks then that passed, we did the clear blue test, because the Hewitt always said to us,
Says
just
they're the
do
best.
the clear blue ones, because they're the best. And we even had issues sometimes where the clear blue would just show lines, and sometimes we had it in the past where it'd show a line and then we were like, is she pregnant? And then it was like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
So we were a bit like, oh. So in the end, we just went out and we got the, as they say, the computerized ones that specify pregnant
Or
not
not.
pregnant.
Yeah,
Just give it to us.
We'll show a
So
picture of that as well.
we got them, and we prayed on the 2 weeks, didn't we?
Yeah, because
did it.
we bought a few cheap
Yeah.
ones, and I kept showing pregnant. I was like, nah, I don't
It was
believe that
very
until.
faint, very faint.
But then I felt it. I felt it. I think a week after I got inseminated, I could tell.
A week or 2
I
weeks,
could tell.
yeah.
I started getting a lot of heartburn, and I never do. So
And it's quite soon as well when you think about it.
yeah, no
2
one believed
weeks.
me. I was like, guys, no, I feel a bit different
No.
here, and I didn't want to drink because we went to Georgia's graduation, and I just felt a bit not like me.
Yeah.
And then we did the test. We couldn't believe it. We couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my god, oh my god. And then we had our first scan on week 6. It was just amazing. But please stay tuned and subscribe, because it's absolutely free. So you find out on our next video what we're having.
Yes.
Is it a boy? Is it a girl? What we're having? How we feel? How did we feel in the first scan?
Yeah.
And what was, how is it going since? Because I'm 4 months now.
Yeah.
And why did I actually get pregnant only on the second time? Because the possibility of getting pregnant with IUI, it's only 12%. And you could apply for IVF after 6 tries IUI if
Yeah.
you're unlucky. But that will cost you nearly 10, 12 grand. We got pregnant, and I'll tell you why. Because I'm very fertile. I had loads of follicles. I was very healthy, even though I'm 37 years old. And our George is 27 years old. But stay tuned for our next video. Thanks very much, and subscribe because it's free.
Please do.